Hi everyone, good evening to one and all, and a warm welcome to my dear colleagues and respected faculty. So today I'm here to present a presentation on the topic called as trades of terms that are used in trade or Incoterms, okay, which is in the subject called as international logistics. So without getting late, let's start with the subject. So the terms of trade or the Incoterms are given below. Fine. So we will first look what is Incoterm definition, then EXW, FCA, FAS, FOB. Now the below given CFR, CIS, CPT and all the below mentioned terms we will be seeing in the next slide. But for a while we will look into the only first three things, that is intercom definition, EXW, FCA, FAS and FOB. Fine. So what is Incoterm and the definition of the same? So international commerce team, in short we call it an Incoterm. Fine. It is a formalized international team of trade regulated by international chambers of commerce. It specifies the responsibility of the exporters and the responsibility of the importers. Fine. In an international transaction. Which tasks will be performed by the exporters, such as like which tasks will be performed by the exporters, which tasks will be performed by the importers, which activities will be paid by the exporters and which will be paid by the importers, when the transfer of the responsibility for the goods will take place. Okay, first codified by the International Chambers of Commerce in 1953. So Intercom was first codified in 1953. The latest revision is on dated 2000. Now what is Incoterm variant? It is a rare occurrence. Fine. A modification to one of the intercom codified by the International Chamber of Commerce when it is not clear on a specific point. Variants are generally used to further clarify the responsibilities of the exporters and of the importers in a given transaction. For example, the variant EXW loaded clarifies that the exporter agrees to load the goods on the vehicles provided by the importer, when the official intercom is silent on that specific point. Now what is intercom strategy? It is considered by the following parameters. Fine. The type of the product sold, the method of the shipment, the ability of either of the parties to perform the task involved in the shipment, the amount of the trust placed by either of the parties towards each other. Fine. For simplification processes, an exporter often gets quotes using the same intercom in every transaction. Fine. Sorry. So the first term we will see is XWorks, that is EXW. Fine. Now getting into the definition and the application of the same. What is XWorks? XWorks can be used for any merchandise and for any means of transportation. It is the easiest of the intercoms for the exporter side, fine, and it is the most difficult for the importer side. Why it will be explained in the diagrammatic representation, fine. Getting forward into the presentation. Should be used within the following syntax. The syntax given is, for example, we can use that EXW, POCUSI, New York, USA. Fine. So what it exactly says that it will be exported from Poughkeepsie, New York, USA. Fine. Delivery. It occurs at a time that the importer or the importer's agent picks up the good at the exporter plant. This delivery has to take place at the mutual convenient time. Fine. What is a variant? The variant EXW loaded clarifies that the exporter agrees to load the goods of the vehicle provided by the importer. The official Incoterm is silent at specific point. Fine. Now what are the exporters and importers' responsibility in EXW? Exporter makes the goods available to the buyer. Simple. Fine. Packs the good for international travel. Assists in the export clearance procedure. Provides the documents to the importer so that the goods can clear customs in the importing country or be insured. What is the responsibility of the importer? Is responsible for all the other aspects of the shipment. Fine. Not Now let's see free carrier, that is FCA. The definition of the same is, it is used most probably for the goods shipments multimodal or air, not for ocean shipping. Fine. FCA is basically used for modal of air purposes, or the shipment from air only. Fine, not for ocean. Oriented towards containerization. Exporters delivers goods to carrier that importers has selected. Responsibility shifts for exporter when the goods are delivered to the carrier vehicle, either at exporter plants or carrier premises. These Incoterms should be used in the following syntax. FCA, the country name from where the point of where from it's picked up, okay, is the city from where the merchandise is delivered to the carrier. Fine. For example, FCA Castres in France. Delivery. The delivery takes place when either of the two conditions are met. If the name point in the intercom refers to the exporter plant, then delivery takes place when the goods are loaded by the exporters and at its expenses onto the carrier truck. Fine. If the name point in the intercom refers to the carrier premises, then delivery takes place when the goods are made available to the carrier. The goods are unloaded from the exporter's truck by the carrier at the carrier expenses. Fine. Now, what are the roles and responsibilities of exporters and importers in FCA? Now, exporter has to take care of the packages, the merchandise for international travel, loads the container on the carrier truck or delivers it to the carrier facility, clears the merchandise for export, has to provide document to clear customs in the importing country or to obtain insurance. What are the roles of the importers? Here, importer has to arrange a contract of carriage. Second one is responsible for all other aspects from the shipment part. Now, as I said earlier, we will be getting a clear idea in grammatical representation. As I said in EXW, the role of the exporter gets finished at the factory outlet part. He only dispatches the particular product, and after that whole responsibility is been with the importers. Importer has to take each and everything from the point of getting the shipment delivered on his place or to his warehouse. Okay. And what is the difference between EXW and FCA? In FCA, the exporter part is and its responsibility is little bit extended. Fine. What he does is he actually takes the product from the particular factory, he loads into the exporter carrier, he gets a clearance from the customs, fine, and then it sends to the importers. So after that, here the importer gets it through the main carriers and he clears the export clearances and loads the same product into his carrier and deliver the same product into his particular customer point or the warehouse point. Fine. Now, what is FAS? It's free alongside ship. Fine. Definition and application of the same. The FAS intercom can be used for any merchandise. It is specifically designed for ocean transportation. Fine. It is specifically designed for ocean transportation, and FCA was specifically designed for air shipment. Fine. This intercom should be used with the following syntax. For example, FAS, port of departure. Okay. FAS, for example, FAS, Santos and Brazil, from where exactly it is going to depart. Right. Now, what is the delivery part? Need to be taken care of. The delivery officially takes place when the exporter has delivered the goods alongside a ship designated by the importer. Fine. So here what the exporter can do, he can give the products at the ship designated by the importer. Fine. Today the merchandise is rarely kept alongside a ship or on a quay waiting for a ship. It is generally in a warehouse or in a container yard waiting for the stevedore to come and load it onto the ship. Fine. So it's much more simple. What are the roles and responsibilities of exporters and importers here? The exporters needs to take care of packages the goods for the international travel, fine, through the shipment of with the ocean. Transporters have to take the same product at the port, unloads them onto the quay or the holding area in the port, finds. He has to clear the goods for export, provides whatever documents the importer may need to clear customs in the importing country and to obtain insurance, fine. And what the importer has to do? He has to pay for the services for the point of the delivery, port handling charges, and stevedoring. He is responsible for all the other aspects for the shipment, fine. Now, what is FOB? FOB is an intercom that is used for any merchandise. It is specifically designed for ocean transportation. Fine. It is also used for ocean transportation. And FAS is also used for ocean transportation. Fine. These intercom should be used in the following syntax: a port of departure and the city and the country name. Fine. Here the delivery mode gets changed. The delivery takes place when the merchant crosses the ship rails. Fine. The ship rails in the imaginary rail that circles the entire hull of a ship. Should a cargo item fall from the crane onto the ship while it being loaded, the determination of the whole responsibility it is hinges on which side of the ship rail it falls on. If the cargo falls on the outside of the ship rail, it is in the exporter's responsibility. If it falls on the inside, it is the importer responsibility. Fine. So the ship rail, which is the imaginary rail, fine. It's very important part here. Fine. So it is basically a segmentation of the particular ship. Fine. Now what the exporters and importer duties right here? It is same as it was in FOB. Sorry. FAS. Fine. The exporter needs to take care of packages, the goods for international travel. Okay. Ships them to the port of departure and loads them onto the ship. He needs to clear the goods for export, has the obligation to provide whatever documents and assistance the importer may need to clear customs in importing country and to obtain insurance. Rules of the responsibility of the importers are: importers are responsible for arranging and paying for ocean transportation from the port of departure to the goods destination. Fine. He needs to pay the whatever the amount under dues for the transportation purpose from the departure point to the destination point, and he is responsible for all the other shipment processes. Fine. So guys, I hope you are clear with these terms such as FOB, FAS, FCA and export. Fine. Coming to the part of the next terms, we will get into the next slide with my colleague or the friends. I hope you enjoy watching the videos. Do take care of yourself. Goodbye. Thank you.